We recently had a chance to go to Chicago Indoor Racing to see if running on a kart track was beneficial as training for a full-size road course. Chicago Indoor Racing is an indoor kart track that allows you to race against your friends and learn some driving skills at the same time. Let's meet the racers. Don Oeste is the CFO of a golf course and an avid muscle car fan. Paul Wiesuper is an engineer for international trucks and races autocross on the weekends. Graham Jones is a manager at Fast Times Motorworks and really wants to beat Nick. Nick Scavo is our drag race hero, but now he wants to be a road racer. Brandon Ryan probably has the most road race experience here and wants to beat everyone. And I'm Kelly, and I just want to drive fast. Hey! The session starts with a training event and a video. Our instructor, Reed, gave us pointers on the cars and how to drive this track.
How fast do these karts really go?
The karts have actually been clocked at 35, 36 miles an hour inside this building on the tracks you're going to be racing on today. They pull something over 1 G, and it's kind of a guesstimate, probably 1.2, 1.3 G. So they actually perform quite well. They're 6.5 horse motors. You can do about a 29-second lap time. Some of the really, really good drivers that have some experience here can do 29-second lap times on track 3 of the track you'll be on today. So anything in the 30s, high 29s is fantastic.
Do you have any pointers or tips for people for the first time out?
No, for the first time out, I highly recommend to actually use the brake probably more than you're expecting you need to. A lot of people have it in their head that it's a go-kart, so you can just put the gas to the floor and you can go zooming around the track. That's not the case. You have to use the brake quite a bit, or you will spin out a lot and you will slide around a lot. This is the track they're actually going to be racing on today. The track will be running in the counterclockwise direction, so you're coming across start-finish line, turning left. I was talking about 180-degree corner to the hairpin. A lot of people tend to try and carry too much speed into the hairpin.
What's the smartest way to go through a hairpin like that then?
The smartest way, in a kart especially, is to drive as little distance as possible right around the inside of the track, because it'll hold the corner all the way around the inside, and then come away from the corner, kind of braking in a straight line away from the corner to set up for it. And then you want a very late apex to the corner, so you get set up nicely for the next one.
Okay, but when you do that and somebody dives in on the inside of you, is that and that's what's going to happen, right?
Yes, most likely the person who dove down the inside of you is going to end up over here somewhere, and then you can repass in the next section of track.
If he didn't whack into you?
Yes, if he didn't whack into you. If he whacks into you, it becomes our problem.
Okay. That's where experience would come into play, though. You're not going to pick that up in 2 races today. I'll bet you.
You'll start to figure it out. I mean, if you have any knowledge of line and just a little bit about racing.
Dude, I go straight line, pull a parachute, and then turn.
Well, then we're gonna throw an extra padding up here then. But everybody else will figure it out. You'll probably have some trouble.
I'll be like, I'm done.
You get hung up with a parachute.
Exactly. Parachute away right here.
He'll be really excited for this portion of the track. Right. Not know what to do for the rest of it. If everybody thinks they're ready, the next step is we're going to go grab all your safety gear, and then we're going to go out and have a good time.
When people hear, oh, you're going to go go-kart racing, they think, what a joke, but it's a lot closer to the real thing. I mean,
These definitely not toys. I had go-kart toys as I was a kid, and these are way faster than that. When you hit a wall, it hurts. When Nick runs into the back of you, it hurts. When you're trying to get around Kelly, it gets frustrating.
It was exciting. It was different than I expected, much faster than I expected it to be, and apparently I wasn't doing it right.
Kelly would not get out of my way.
Kelly would not get out of my way today. So probably the first 7 laps, I kept bumping her and, giving her the get out of my way bump, and she obviously didn't take the hint. So around one of the turns, she got bumped again, and she happened to spin out, and I hit her broadside.
Won't mention any names, but there were 1 or 2 that kept spinning out in front of me, and they had their own little bone to pick with each other, a little road rage, if you want to call it that. But
Who the hell keep hitting me? Me. He was smashing into me the whole time. This is not nice. Get off my. Move.
The guys apparently were bumping me to move me out of their way, and I thought that if they were good enough drivers, they'd figure out how to get around me, and I didn't have to move. So I was being bumped, and I was supposed to get out of the way, and I didn't know that. Where am I supposed to move to?
Get out of my way so I can go around you.
Actually, after that, she spun out in the sharpest hairpin, and I went right around her and was able to run the entire rest of the race by myself because everybody else was so far ahead, thanks to Kelly.
One time I came through here and I whacked you because you came in and the last second you just wailed on your brakes, and I'm like, what is she doing? I just ran right in the back of you, and if I'd known, I would have been looking around you. But
The first heat, I was behind another accident that happened to involve Kelly.
The problem children were Graham and Nick, I think, obviously. I'm not sure of the other drivers to actually point fingers, but I'm very confident Nick and Graham were big problems to me.
I'm not patient enough. There's no doubt about it. I'm used to being unbelievably aggressive for a very short period of time, and to be out there for a long period of time, my hands are sore, my forearms are tight, and I had to yell at myself a couple times to calm down.
My hands are killing me. I'm sweating. Look at this. I'm soaked through. My t-shirt's soaked through. This is unbelievable.
I release so much road anxiety, I feel like I'm going to pass out and throw up at the same time. I'm still shaking. I'm very exhausted. My arms and legs are very worn out right now.
These things rip. They go fast. Very fast. I used to drive in a real car out there, a race car, but it's definitely very, very fun. Very competitive.
I could probably lose a couple pounds if I did a couple more trips around, so I think I'll be back again. So.
I thought it was a position race at the first time out there, but then when we got done, I realized it was lap time. So the whole time I was defending my position, not realizing that lap time was the key out there. So next time if I do the run and gun, I guess is what they call it, I'm going to race for lap time and not position, and avoid so much defensive driving and be more offensive and getting a better line and getting a better time.
Went pretty well. I actually won the second heat, thanks to Brandon protecting his position. No, I actually thought I was second, but doing okay. So
I tell you what, in the wintertime, if you want to train for your road racing or autocrossing I could see would be a definite easy segue. If you want to train during the wintertime, this is where you come. I guarantee that all the autocrossers around here that race in some of the more competitive classes come here and train.
35 miles an hour doesn't seem like it's that fast. When you go between those girders, through that chicane, wide open, it's pretty intimidating. It's pretty awesome.
It was a great experience. I loved it. I definitely want to come back again. It was a lot of fun.